the reason why I haven't done much or did it because I've been trying. I like it better empty, to be honest. So yeah, so each kingdom's going to have about five outside villages and the main kingdom. We did a lot of terrain work around this area, just around this specific area. The other terrain work in specific part is Axiom, and then just terrain all this better. And because Axiom, you can like get rid of things, you can do custom brushes. So if we can make our own custom trees and that, and save them as a model in Axiom, we can, by example, these trees here, these trees are custom. These are also outside village. Right, these trees here are all custom, small trees. So this sort of thing with custom trees, like this here is a custom tree, but the idea is that if we can do that, we can make our own terrain. We can make the terrain easier, faster, like this here took away like so the main thing which will work where I was working on off screen was definitely, and this here I love this too, but the main thing was like it was working out which village we're going to go to and actually getting there and then building a path. The reason why I didn't want to build a path on screen is because it's actually quite boring. And all it takes is, all it is just going around with fixing terrain up, and that's really it. And so we will decorate the path, like just the foliage around the path, which will be what we'll do. Sorry, the reason there's so much long waiting is because I just brand it with thing. But yeah, so yeah, we will get Axiom and go and the path and fix it up. Yeah, this path goes to a village. There's a lot more bridges built into this. There's a massive tunnel because you want to go around the mountain. But I want to build kind of back. It looks good, but it's not really realistic. But then again, at the same time, what I'm trying to do is when I build them and I look at the sophistication of the builds and base it off what do you call it, the wealth of the kingdom. So this kingdom here, as you see, this kingdom has access to the stronghold. Then we'll know to the end. So they will have the thing, and then they will be in control of the end island. So what I do is, once I do the thing, I'll get the end island, and I will make a massive build, it'll be a massive project, and they will control all the end portals, like things, and the end islands. That's what they'll do. So that means, yeah. And what I do is I find the actual stronghold, and I'll actually get rid of the stronghold. We'll get rid of the portal in the stronghold. So yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll get rid of the portal in the stronghold. So this kingdom has the only way to access it. Now I will probably again, as I said, put natural wheat fields in. And what they'll do is they'll just be, like maybe one up there, and they won't have any won't be a town there at all. Yeah, this is one of the bridges. So when I built the diagonal bridges, I put a roof on them. But when I built them, I just didn't like the diagonal roof. It looks good, but I couldn't find a good position making with it with the trim, basically. I did use grease on these ones as well. So it's about three bridges. So you got this bridge, you got a tunnel. So you got this bridge, that bridge over there. As I said, the bridges need to be allowed to be at least 3 or 4 high, no, at least 4 or 5 high from the water, and they also need to be at least have a 3 gap wide, so the boats can fit in. As you see here, this has a gap wide, so a boat can fit in there comfortably. But yeah, so these ones have a bridge on them. The only areas which have lights is the bridge. The actual park itself doesn't have lights around it. Yeah, I think there's 5 bridges or 4 bridges or yeah. Because when I built it, I had a couple of days off. Yeah, so this should. Um, but what I will go around if I see something which I don't like, which I don't get rid of, I will. This sort of thing here, I don't mind. Yeah, so then this here is a tunnel. It's a very long tunnel. I'm not gonna lie, a bit too long. Let's see. I could make it like a checkpoint, but I just don't think it needs it. So it takes around maybe 5 to 7 minutes to actually get to the other village. But that's good. That's what I want to feel. I want to feel like you need a horse to go there to make it feel like a quick trip. Otherwise, if you don't, it's going to take a bit. And so yeah, the coolest thing is definitely building and like build medieval style, and to the point where it takes you a bit to actually see. Yeah, this is another bridge. Actually, there's more than. So I think there's 5. You got 2 back there. This one. You got that one over there. And then I think I got one more bridge, which is to the actual thing, and then you got the gate. But this village is in a savannah. I don't know what it is. It's normally not close to a river. It's not a good terrain either. It's on a hill. So I'm probably going to build a marketplace on top of the hill. That's what I'm probably going to do. So yeah, that's what I'm probably build a marketplace on top of the hill. I think the marketplace on top of the hill. So this here is like one of my favourites. This is I want to make this bridge feel pretty sturdy because it is the main bridge to the actual village itself. There you go here again, long bridge, and then yeah, so this is the park to here, and then we got this. Now as you see, it's not village on, but this down here would be nice to put all the crops. So I'm thinking of, as I said again, with all the houses, again with all the houses, flatten this hill out, build the village on the hill, and then we are going to do a bit something different. We're not going to build the bed like the house and put a village in. We're going to build everything we're seeing first, and then we're going to count the beds how much we have. Once we build the wall around, we're going to count how much beds we have, and then the village will naturally go to how much beds you have. I really look at the terrain around. So this is nice. I could build definitely an old castle up here because again, I want like I want viewpoints. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I would, I will do custom terrain, like I said. Um, but the first thing is we need to work out how we're going to do it. So yeah, so if you look at so this hill, it's pretty good hill. But guys, it's actually a big hill. If we go from there all the way down here into about, I'll say about there and around, all we got to do is just flatten it out. Will be pretty good. So I'm going to actually think it's best to just get into all the terrain done first before we actually kickstart the actual destroying the houses. If we can get the actual terrain done first and then start getting rid of the houses, it will work better, way better. Because once you get the terrain done, we can work out where we want everything. So what we'll do is everything, and then because as I said, we need to have at least 2. We need to look what they have first. To be fair, in terms of jobs, so they have a farm. Again, we'll do that. We'll do that over what maybe probably over again, we've got to, as I said, fix this up, but we'll put and fix that up. I hate having that. So we'll fix up the dirt, and we'll probably build it over here. Actually, the actual yeah, that's where I think we'll build it. We'll build it over here, the actual houses. So over here, and we'll just cover this up with dirt, 2 layers of dirt, and dirt over here. This, I want to make it into a mud. I don't know I want to do that. I'm probably going to turn that into a pond. And that is going to be turned into a pond as well. Probably not. Or no, actually, now I'm thinking about it, we could make them giant water reservoirs. Ooh. See this? I really want this here. I want to turn this all into mud. I do. I want to turn all this in mud, knock that out, turn this in mud. This is going to be a big project. But we're probably going to, as I said, get rid of this, make this more into mud, make that into mud. We'll probably turn all this into mud, same as this, and we'll use the bottle. There's a way to do it. If you get bottled water, you can use the bottled water and turn the mud. And then we'll just go around the dirt and chop it in. But yeah, that's... So I do like having that as mud, and then probably turn this all into dirt. So yeah, but this here will be after once we build the wall. So anything after it, because I want at least where the path is going to go. Because the path is going to go around here up to there, and so we'll build a path. Then the path is going to go around here somewhere, up through there into there. So we're going to put farms there, maybe one there, probably one along here. Yeah, it's going to take a bit. It's going to take a bit, but we'll probably make all this here definitely farmland. Again, we can do flower fields. I'll probably do the same idea. Put flower fields along this, and actually put the actual farm fields along here. This I'm probably again gonna turn into just putting as dirt. It's dirt I am. But this here will become so much easier with the Axiom, and this is why I want to not worry about this until I get a PC and put this world on PC and convert it to Mojang with the same add-ons, or see if I can get a Bedrock version on PC and get Axiom for it. But I don't think I can do that. I think I need to, yeah, please. The same, because you can, if I can get the same add-ons for it, same world and same add-ons on PC, I could. We will have this exact same like feel with it. You know what I mean? We'll have the same feel, with all the different things. Yeah. So what we do is we start just getting rid of these trees. We'll use the trees to work out what we're gonna actually keep and not out. Well, no, this is not cement. This is Yeah, I do. The cool thing about this is that we have so much because we're not gonna. We're not gonna limit this world. What we're gonna do is we're gonna keep the same red normal generation, but and then from there we're gonna map it out, and from there we're gonna custom terrain everything in that whole area. So everything's gonna be at 2,000 blocks, and again we won't always find it. The reason I like to find village because the villages always we can find unique spots, but if we can't find a good village, like like this here, like I'm probably gonna make the next one somewhere that way. So instead of making a path going along this, I'll make a converted path from this path somewhere over there. That's what I do. And then from now, I'll make a path from this kingdom to that. So it is. So we're gonna try and make everything connected in multiple paths once we get get all the villages done and the kingdom done. Well, once we get the paths done, we'll get the villages done. We'll build a path to the new kingdom, and then from there we'll work out on a map where the actual kingdom is. And then from there, once we work out where the kingdom is, that's the thing. And they're not going to be small houses; they're going to be big. And this is why I wanted to add some more, because if we build a couple of designs, we can copy paste in them. Copy paste. But then again, it's like I don't mind like small houses. That's fine. But if like I like this cost, depending on the terrain. Because again, the kingdom, I don't like having repetitive, but I don't mind having repetitive districts. That's the difference. When you see people build entire kingdoms the same as that building, it's not. It will look horrible. And then again, having a building unique building will be fine. Yeah, I wish I was a wild like as well. I could go on survival and like just go to it, man, just survive, but it does get faster. Everything at the same time. But it's like this is like instant breaking as well. So it doesn't make a difference at all.
I'm gonna get nitrogen. And then there was an update. I don't know what it was. I think it's the new look for the animals. To be honest, I don't really care about that. To be honest, I really don't. We need night vision, night vision, night vision.
Let me get this. I want it to about here. I think doing it about here will be pretty fun. The rest what we'll do is we will get like this here. I don't mind this dip because we can bring the water about here and go around and even it out.
I think what we need to do actually, I forgot, I think we need to get the water. That's what I say because the waters can actually help us give us idea on what I'm. As I said, I want to get the exact same water design because there. And then it's calcite. Calcite's so hard to find, man. It's annoying with the white blocks. Yeah, I just won't be a long stream. So we're probably going to go for maybe probably an hour. So we need to go for a walk and do some things. Well, I need to fix up some things down in front of Mum's property. Actually, not high as that, because I'm probably going to do it to that. Yeah, okay. I'm going to do it to about the height of that, because that's where I'm going to be with the trip. Whoa, the hell? Terrain up there. I don't know if this sounds very quiet for you guys. I like playing with it being quiet and building to help some concentrate. But if it's a bit not loud enough, let me know in the comments and I'll make sure the TV is louder. Shouldn't be like, it should be fine. Okay, right, I need to do this. I don't mind having it like that. I really don't. Otherwise, yeah, I've got this to do. Oh, actually, now I'm thinking about that might be a good idea to make a farm with those birds. Because again, I don't want the same. Oh, with these add-ons, I wouldn't mind having unique things on them. I wouldn't mind it. Well, I'm hoping that if I get Microsoft and get a PC, I'm hoping you can choose specifically what one you want. Like if you want to do modular bedrock specifically. Because if you can do that on PC, we can just get this. I can sign the exact same account with this one on Microsoft, and I can, sign in and I can get the exact same world and put things on put Axiom on, and you can do this process a lot faster. Like the thing that takes the longest is terrain. Once we get the terrain sorted, from there it's paths. The Axiom makes it so much easier for paths. I don't have to place it manually. We can just trace it, you can copy and paste simple things and we can still have these exact same add-ons that we have on this world. Like all the interior add-ons. I think that's good. Okay, I'm probably going to go about. Okay, I see where we're going to go. I'm going to follow this line around, going like that. We'll place this in dirt, but we'll follow this line around up through here and probably through here and come back around up there. That's where the line will follow. That's where we'll keep the line of the wall. Yeah, I don't like adding. Well, that's not true. If it's a big area, I really should just put torches under. If I don't really like. Yeah, we got it. We're gonna make these guys have the two packs we're gonna have is for the two meats we're definitely gonna have is cows. Well, no, actually, no, pigs. We're gonna have birds, and we're gonna have these birds here, and we're probably gonna have chicken. Now, the reason why we want chicken is because it wouldn't be a bad idea, because that means we can have two big barns. I don't know when we're gonna put them in here, but we'll probably put the over here and have this massive area as the paddock for the emus, and we'll put another paddock here, which will be for the cows. Barn here with the cows, and then we'll put make it a big barn. So we're gonna put a barn there. We're gonna put a big barn there. We're gonna put a building here, which is gonna be like a triangle sort of thing. And then from here, we're gonna also put another section there, and this here will be that there, and then obviously. Basically, what I'm saying is that this thing's gonna be a big barn, but it's gonna serve three different animals. That's what it's gonna serve, three different animals. Yeah, that's what it's gonna serve. Make them all away from the outside things here, so military weapons or something like that. Now, do I really want? I'm thinking about bringing this all up with one more. Yeah, it might be. Yeah. Oh, this like
Yeah, let's go to keep me, bro. No, no, no. I don't really care for you, but that's quite cool, isn't it?
what should we feel? I really want to put like a waterfall in there and make it go, oh no, that's cool. Yeah, okay. This is what we're going to do, guys. We're going to get this and bring this all the way over there, and we're going to bring a waterfall here down. That's actually really cool. We're going to do that. What I actually might do instead a bit different. Instead of concentrating on this, once we get the wall done, when we get the wall done, we'll actually concentrate on the outside and do the outside instead of the inside. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, because some of this stuff here I love to get. I love to turn all that into dirt. Well, actually, no, I'll probably get rid of all this and probably turn it into like a flower field with paths around it. Maybe, maybe not, but I definitely put as well, no. Actually, no, I've got a better idea. What are we doing? We'll get rid of all this and so all the concrete thing is. We'll get rid of that, turn it all into dirt, and then put all this into mud. And just keep that like that, but put this here, like, flatten it out, put it to mud. I think that'll be really good. Yeah. Don't make this here mud. Make it this here mud and this here mud, but make that outside not mud, and make it and that here to here. What I want to do is I want to try and make it feel like this here is all muddy, and we'll fix this up. Probably put dirt on there and fix it up, but make this feel a lot more, and we'll fix this up over here, and but make this area feel like it's a big area, but yeah, get this fixed up, turn into mud, and yeah. Weird thing is you can't, I don't know why, but you can't put things, but yeah, then put some sea grass in. Yeah, this here is going to be a very big difference. This is one of the heaviest graders we're going to do manually, because all this here is going to be filled and that there. There's a bird. Yeah. do something like this. And we're gonna do something like this. Child. I'm joking. Go. Now I'm just trying to think where's the best entrance I look at, guys. Might say more trainer, but I'm thinking that putting a path along there and bringing it up here into there is probably the best entrance for this village. Because that means when we build that, we can make a really cool weed short thing which goes into this village. You get what I mean? I think that'd be sick. Pretty cool. But yeah, we ain't done that. It's actually almost. I think what we do today, guys, we get them marked out the wall. And I'm probably going to do the marshland off screen, as I said. Because I don't have like time lapse in that, but I'll probably do the marshland off screen. What I do is I'll probably get all the the mud and that done. That's what I'll get done, guys. That's about it. So yeah, but then the rest, yeah. So we'll. So look, actually, I'll go into here. I'll go into here. So yeah, so we'll get next time we'll get this wall done. Bring it from there, like, through there, around there, and around like that. That means it has a ton more space. And then again, we'll probably build a big barn there, which will have compass this whole area, which will hold cows, turkeys, and chickens. And then we'll probably build a marketplace here with the tunnel houses. I don't want to build a lot of big houses because these again doesn't have a lot of big houses. That's what we're concerned about. So we will probably, we could make that bigger than usual, but I'm probably just going to make small houses. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have